Turning technology on the techs. When something goes wrong with our computers, we're desperate. And a lot of us are angry too. The web is full of complaints about computer repair rip-offs. A pretty profitable home computer repair industry has sprouted up. We see computer nerds zipping around in cars. So are these geeks on wheels truly knights in shining armor? To find out, our bait computer and a damsel in distress, a marketplace producer. We call in 10 home repair techs, but every tech has a different approach to figuring out our problem. Strangely, the techs can't seem to agree on what's gone wrong.
Motherboard is dead.
If something happened to the video, he's not on the motherboard.
This memory is bad.
The thing is, we know what's wrong with this desktop.
We're going to exchange the RAM module with one that has been blown.
So there's some little bits on here that are missing.
Right. So right now, the only thing that is wrong with this system is that one RAM module that we installed.
A simple problem, a broken RAM part, should cost about $25 to replace. But at the loft, we sure are getting a lot of grim news.
Okay, so we have a dead motherboard.
A what?
Motherboard is dead. This is the motherboard.
Okay, this sounds serious.
It is. You have to replace this entire thing here.
But Grade A's diagnosis is wrong. He charges us $80 for his time and tells us to go buy a motherboard that we don't need. With our cameras recording, the tech from Nerds on Site shows up. This company has almost 1,000 nerds on call in 9 countries. They claim they know stuff.
Did you hear the hard drive making different sounds?
What do you mean? Like the...
Before it blew?
No, I mean, it was fine, and then I got this.
Yeah.
So you think it's a hard drive?
Yeah. Probably.
Hard drive is bad, right?
It's very bad because you have all your data on it.
Very bad, too, because we know the hard drive's okay.
The suggestion would be to buy another hard drive.
He charges us $114 for his time and later emails us a quote for a new hard drive, $140. Money we shouldn't shell out, says Humber's Steve Gazzo.
Completely ludicrous. You can't make any kind of diagnosis that quickly.
Our next house guest to roll up, Geek Squad. They're the biggest players in the world of computer repair. Work out of Best Buy stores throughout North America. But watch what happens when one of their geek mobiles pays a visit to our loft.
My professional advice is the motherboard, meaning you have to have it taken in and you have to replace the motherboard.
We have nothing because this computer doesn't even turn on.
So many varied verdicts. We wonder how trained these people are. The insiders we speak to say tech training is inconsistent at best.
It was pretty much, here's a computer, fix it, we got to get going.
That was it.
That was
Welcome
my
to
training.
Best Buy.
Welcome to Best Buy. You're learning on your feet today.
Did anyone ever ask, what systems have you been trained on? What are you able to do? Were you ever given a test to make sure you were qualified?
Not really. In the interview, we were asked a couple questions, like what job experience you've had doing it as a technician, and that was pretty much it.
They read a book and they get hired. So I guess the screening process for hiring a technician is not as good as what it should be.
But when we bring in our computers, we think we're getting an expert. You guys are the computer nerds. You know what you're doing.
That's a lot of the impression that's given to you based on the uniform.
We were encouraged to recommend upgrades they need, more RAM, hard drives, new antivirus software, etc.
There were always sales targets. Give the customer what you can get them,
Old lady came in and she put her tower down in front of me, and it wasn't turning on. Went and looked inside. It was just a loose connector that had fallen out on the system board where everything plugs in. So I plugged it in, and I'm like, here you go, have a nice day. The manager goes, aren't you going to charge her? I'm like, no, it took 5 seconds. And she left, and then I got yelled at for a good half hour about why I should have charged her the, was it $49 or $50 diagnostic fee?
For something that took you 5 seconds to do?
Yeah.
And why did he think you should charge that much?
Because tech work all goes to the bottom line of the store. It's pretty much, in their opinion, free money.
Back at our loft, here comes a tech with Computer Doctors, a big company in the Toronto area that claims to offer exceptional service.
Usually the chips, individual chips are $40, but I'm just going to charge you $35.
Oh, thank you very much. That's very nice of you.
And this tech charges an extra 25% because we asked for service the next day. Not that he ever told us it would cost more. It's like a new Wild West. No standard prices. Some companies just seem to charge what they think you'll pay.
I'd like to see it become actually more of an official profession where we can be reprimanded, we can lose licenses.
Now we've got a tech from Computer Doctor making a house call. He gets it right and fixes the problem, but he tells us to pay him cash under the table for the RAM part, so his company doesn't know.
I just don't write them on the invoice.
Of course, with no written record, there's no guarantee if the parts we buy stop working.
For sure. Who doesn't want to make more money? You tell me.
Another tech who also detects the problem correctly also gives us inflated prices. Check out the markup when Dr. Dave pays a visit.
This alone is 120.
120?
Yeah. Because it's only 256.
Right.
This is 1,000. It's 4 times that size.
You don't have anything smaller with you?
No. This side is not that easy to find.
Sure seems pricey. We asked Steve for the real cost of that part.
From this website here, we get it quoted as $64.99. And we got it from Dr. Dave at a price of $120. So basically doubled.
But jacking up prices isn't the worst of it. We know our computer just needs an easy fix, but some of the techs suggest we buy a new computer. Listen to this guy from Grade A Student.
The basic is $599. It comes with everything. It comes with Windows.
Remember, his company promises guaranteed solutions, but this isn't quite the solution we'd hoped for.
Brand spanking new.
This techie from Geek Squad doesn't spend much time trying to solve our computer conundrum, 9 minutes, then spends 20 minutes showing us new computers his company happens to sell.
My professional advice would be buy a new computer and have data transferred from these drives to a new one.
I got the feeling that he was, in that sense, he was more of a salesperson than a technician.
Whether it was price, sales tactics, diagnosis, or service, not one of our 10 home repair techs gets a perfect score. Only 30% figure out the problem. Our Humber team can't believe it.
I thought that the percentages would be higher. 30% is pretty low. That's very discouraging. I was thinking probably 60%.
I expected it to go almost the opposite the way it did. I figured the hardware problem would be easier to diagnose than it actually was.
The 3 companies who get it right, Computer Doctor, Computer Doctors, and Dr. Dave. They were all in and out in less than half an hour. But their prices for parts were a lot higher than what you can buy online. A couple companies, including 24-Hour Geeks, couldn't figure it out, but didn't charge us either.
It's good that they didn't charge you since they didn't do anything.
The biggest bill for a home visit that didn't fix the problem, Best Buy's Geek Squad, $137.
Hi. How you doing?
Good. But in all our testing, in stores and back at our loft, one techie performed poorly in every way. Service, diagnosis, price, and privacy. His company?
Nerds on site, yeah. I'm not sure where to start with these guys. Basically, they had it wrong from the beginning.
Next, without asking, the techie downloads all of our computer's data onto his own laptop.
Is that all my stuff?
Morocco. I
Yeah.
found some pictures from Morocco.
Okay.
That's good.
That's good. My pictures from Morocco, yeah.
I'll do this. Copy. I'll just paste them on my desktop.
He took all of your information without consent, which is unthinkable in this kind of business.
And there's more. Now the Nerds on Site tech detects more problems.
So we're looking at the motherboard and the CPU.
As he gets ready to leave, he's still got our private data on his laptop.
Delete everything.
Okay.
I don't keep it.
You don't keep it? Look through my Morocco pictures?
Oh, I might go through the pictures.
The company tells us previous customers gave him a high approval rating, so they say he's still with the team.